Let me see. Flour, sugar, coffee, mustard powder. What else was I supposed to get?
You look a little harried today, Asia.
Mrs. Bear's sister Meg and her twins are staying for a few days while they fix the roof on her house.
Oh, yes. I saw the workmen over at her house this morning.
Not that I mind. There's always room at the table, but it would have been nice to know that they were coming before they walked through the door. Oh, let me see. I know I'm forgetting something here.
Bound to remember it halfway home.
I always do.
You should have written it on your list.
Oh, mail. That's what it was. Is there any mail for Plumfield?
Oh, yes, indeed. There's some letters, and one for you from Philadelphia.
For me? It's from my aunt. I haven't heard from her in months. Oh, thank you. You have a good day.
Good day to you.
Nan, that turkey should have been in the oven by now.
Almost done. Just got a few more stitches.
I sure hope so. Dinner's gonna be real late.
You have to make sure you keep the stitches as tight and as close as possible.
So the stuffing won't fall out, right?
There. All sewn up and ready for roasting.
Well, very good. Doctor, let's get that patient in the oven, huh?
Daisy, you sit right here next to me. We really appreciate you putting up with us, Joe. Oh, it's no problem, Meg. You're always welcome here. You're family. It's going to be so much fun. 4 whole days together. It's going to be just like when we were growing up.
Yes, it will. Boy, Asia really sewed up this turkey.
Oh, I did that. Just like Dr. Pierce.
Oh, I didn't know Dr. Pierce operated on turkeys. Meg, why don't you say grace? Say the one you used to say when we were children. Oh, well, I'd be honored. All right, how did it go? We thank you for this place in which we dwell, for the food upon this table, for the love that unites us, and the hope and peace accorded us each day. Is everything all right?
Yeah. It's from my Aunt Lydian.
Oh, the wild one? How is she?
She's fine. She wants me to come to Philadelphia.
For a visit?
To run a restaurant.
Well, this is wonderful news, Asia. Your own restaurant.
I can't believe she's asking. What do I know about running a restaurant?
Well, your aunt will teach you everything you need to know in no time at all. This is very exciting.
Suppose. I like to cook and all, but...
Asia, as soon as people taste your cooking, you're going to have customers lining up to get inside the door.
But what about you? What about the children?
Well, we'll miss you terribly, of course. But Asia, opportunities like this don't come along every day. Think of the life you're going to have. Your own restaurant. Don't worry about us. We'll be fine. If I were you, I'd write that letter to your aunt right now and tell her that you're on your way. You should probably tell the children.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to find a replacement for you. But with any luck, you'll be able to start your new life by the end of the month.
My own restaurant.
Lydian, that's an interesting name.
Yes. Asia calls her wild aunt from Philadelphia. She's very independent. She wasn't going to do the same things that everyone else in her family did. She was going to be different. She married at a late age. She never had children.
Well, how did she come to own a restaurant?
It was her husband's. Oh. Yes. He died just a few years ago. At that point, everyone told her she would probably have to sell the place. She was determined to keep it open, all by herself.
Sounds like someone I know.
Yeah, Asia tells me that the place is even busier than ever right now.
Asia must be thrilled. This is perfect for her.
I think she's a little overwhelmed at the moment.
Well, of course, who wouldn't be? It's overwhelming.
I think it sounds like fun. I'd love to try something like that one day.
Oh, with your cooking? Asia, Joe just told me of your news. Congratulations.
Thank you.
She's going to be very difficult to replace. I told her she could leave by the end of the month.
Joe, that's less than 2 weeks away. Oh, you'll have to start looking immediately.
I intend to.
Oh, you know, I know someone in Boston who might be able to help. I'll wire her first thing tomorrow. Joe, we're gonna fix this problem together. Just you and me.
How'd you cut your finger?
I was slicing tomatoes, and my mind was a million miles away.
It happens to me all the time. Be in the classroom and Franz will be talking, but I'm thinking about 100 different things.
Well, you shouldn't be. Not in school, anyway. Nobody ever got anywhere by daydreaming.
Not daydreaming, just thinking about things I want to do, like picking elderberries and talking to you.
Where are these elderberries anyway? We've been walking a long time.
Hey,
Don't look like elderberries to me.
they're daisies, Asia. Use the leaves for a compress. That's good for cuts.
Now, who told you that?
Learned it in one of my medical books. Just take leaves like that, and then you rub them together to get all the juices out.
Mm-hmm.
Here, give me your finger.
Daisies. Never heard anything like that.
There. How's it working?
Feels really good.
Really?
Yeah, the pain's gone away. Now I know who to come to.
We'll always have me to take care of you, Asia. You don't have to worry about that. Your cut's actually looking a lot better. I can't believe it worked.
Any luck? Don't tell me you two got to talking and forgot about the berries. You two are hopeless.
Meg, you don't have to do that.
No, 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 I insist. You have quite enough to do around here without cooking and cleaning for 3 more people.
Well, it's really no trouble at all, but all right, I appreciate the help. Laundry around here sometimes can be a never-ending thing.
Oh, I just folded those.
I know.
Did I fold them incorrectly?
No, it's just that Emil likes his folded a certain way. He likes the arms across, folded twice. You wouldn't think he'd be the fussy one around here, but I guess that's the way his mother used to do it, so really can't blame him.
No, I guess not.
I found one!
Not so fast.
Asia, I gotta show Mrs. Joe.
Well, whatever it is, it can wait until you take those boots off and clean up that mess you made.
But I found a tree frog.
Well, you found it in the swamp from the look of you.
Please, I gotta show her.
Well, all right, go on.
Thanks.
Be careful. Found the tree frog.
How's it going? Good. This garden really needed some attention. It certainly did. What are you doing? Oh, I'm moving the sticks to the north side so the plants will get more sunlight. What? Oh, I read it somewhere. If you live in the northern hemisphere, you get more direct sunlight if they're facing south. The sticks are blocking the sunlight.
Blocking the sunlight. Meg, they're sticks.
And they're blocking a little of the sunlight. That's why I'm moving them.
I can't believe this.
What are you doing?
Putting the sticks back.
No, you're not. Move away from those vegetables, Rodrigo, or I'll not hesitate to run you through. Get out of my way, Don Pedro. Don't be a fool, Rodrigo. You're no match for me.
What are you doing?
It's from a play I wrote a long time ago. I have broken the curse, Don Pedro. You cannot stop me now. Ha! 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 Take that! Take that! Oh, no!
What's going on?
They're gonna play.
In the vegetable garden?
You know how sisters can be.
That's not the way it's supposed to end. I'm supposed to win. Asia, that looks delicious. We're certainly going to miss your cooking.
Why? Where are you going?
You didn't tell them?
No, not yet.
Tell us what?
Yeah, what is it, Asia?
Asia's aunt has invited her to go to Philadelphia. She wants Asia to take over her restaurant.
That's great, Asia.
Excuse me.
Asia, I'm sorry. I honestly thought that you had already told them.
I guess you saved me the trouble.
It's going to be a little hard to keep it a secret as soon as I start interviewing people to take your place. But this is your good news. You should have been the one to tell them. I know this is difficult for you.
You're right. I should have been the one to tell them. Nan.
How long have you known about this?
The letter came the other day.
Oh, you're just gonna leave without telling me?
No, I was gonna tell you. It's just
I thought we could tell each other everything.
we can.
Not anymore. You're leaving.
Nan.
I can't believe Asia's gonna leave to run her own restaurant.
Who wouldn't? Think of all the money you can make.
It's not about making money. It's about Asia being with family.
Aren't we your family?
Not her real family.
Look, I haven't left yet.
Well, not until Mrs. Joe finds a replacement.
I hope it takes forever.
How are you this morning, Asia? Heard about your aunt.
Who hasn't?
Oh, sounds like it could be all right. How big's the restaurant?
Average size.
Oh, what kind of food?
Normal food. What else would it serve?
Well, I don't know. Lots of different kinds of restaurants. We got steakhouses, crab shacks, taverns.
It's a normal restaurant that serves normal food.
Don't seem like you're too happy about it.
Maybe I'm not.
Well, then, maybe running a restaurant ain't the right thing for you.
Morning, Joe.
Good morning, Asia.
Morning.
Could you
take these into town for me today, please?
Sure thing.
Asia, would you like Nick to mail your letter to your aunt as well?
I haven't written it yet. But I will.
Well, whenever you're ready.
Well, I better get going.
I've got work to do.
Look, I know what you want to talk to me about, and I wasn't trying to say nothing bad about Asia running her own restaurant.
So then why did you?
Well, it just seems to me like she ain't too happy about leaving, that's all. I thought maybe she was thinking about how much work it would be.
Since when is Asia afraid of hard work?
Well, she ain't. But she still don't seem too anxious to go.
She's scared. She's been with us since Fritz and I founded Plumfield, since Rob was born.
It's gonna be awful hard for her to say goodbye, don't you think?
Yes, it is. But think about what this could mean for her. Asia's never had a choice before in her life. She's always done what her mother did and what her mother did before that. She doesn't have to anymore.
Freedom and independence. That's why many of our families came to this country. Now, I'd like you to open your textbooks to chapter 2 and read the first 10 pages. I'll be back in 5 minutes. No talking.
Can't let Asia leave.
Well, what are we gonna do about it?
She can't go until Mrs. Joe finds a replacement, right?
So what?
Well, all we have to do is scare away anyone Mrs. Joe interviews for the job. That sounds like fun. But how are we gonna scare her away? I don't know, whatever it takes.
Maybe it ain't right.
What's the matter, Dan? Scared to get in trouble?
You want Asia to leave?
No. But she wants to go. Maybe we shouldn't try and stop her.
Or maybe we can change her mind. Come on, Dan, we gotta try.
I guess.
Nan? Yeah, come on, Nan. We're doing this for Asia.
It'll be fun.
All right.
So what'd you have in mind?
What are you doing?
Oh, just talking.
Exactly what I told you not to do. Don't talk, read.
You worked in a girls' school in Boston, I understand.
Yes, a terrific school. Cooking, cleaning, laundry, plenty of it too with 25 girls to attend to. I loved every minute of it. Worked there for 10 years.
Well, why did you leave?
I had to take a 3-year leave of absence to care for my ailing mother. She died a few months ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Well, I was fortunate to be able to spend so much time with her. Now it's time I found myself a house full of children and got back to work.
No doubt you're used to working long hours.
Well, it doesn't bother me a bit. It's good to be busy.
Well, you wouldn't have to worry. You'll be plenty busy around here. How are you with the needle and thread?
Well, I love to sew.
You have to make her believe it was an accident.
I will.
Yeah, and don't mess this up.
Oh, and of course, with so many girls to attend to, there was a lot of darning to do. They were always ripping their clothes.
And what are your thoughts on child discipline?
Well, I think a stern voice is far more effective than corporal punishment. But I found the best approach is to use frogs.
Frogs.
Frogs?
Goodness, where did they all come from?
My bullfrogs got away. They're everywhere.
Yes, they certainly are.
Get
Come
that
on
one.
now, help me pick them up.
Joe.
Oh my goodness.
Joe, there,
Over there. Oh, right over there. Get that one. That's it, Tommy. You got it. Oh, goodness gracious. Joe. Oh, Tommy. Mrs. Wade, come back.
That's my ledger. Joe. Oh. I didn't mean to pry, but I did notice that you're a little behind in your entries. Would you like me to help you? I'll take that. I was just tidying up in here.
Well, you really don't have to be doing all of this cleaning.
Oh, I know. But it was a little messy in here, and I wanted us to be ready for our next interview. She'll be here any minute. Yes, she will, but that's not why you came here. You know, you really shouldn't be bothering yourself with all of these interviews. Joe, you have to let people help you. You can't do this all by yourself. And I'd be perfectly happy to stay an extra few days. In fact, I'm really quite enjoying myself.
Hello. Welcome to Plumfield. You must be here for the job.
Yes, I am. I'm Sylvia Walker.
Well, you look a lot better than the last lady.
Oh.
You should have seen her. She was scared of everything. One little spider, and she ran out the door.
Well, I'm not afraid of spiders.
How about snakes and frogs?
Oh, don't mind frogs and snakes neither. I've dealt with all kinds of creatures in my time.
Well, that's good, because there's always foxes and wolves around.
Oh. And one time a black bear came into the kitchen. There's another time a rabid fox got into the barn.
A rabid fox?
Yeah, but that was no big thing. Besides, your room in the barn has a really great lock on it now.
I sleep in the barn?
Oh, yes, but it really isn't all that bad in the summertime.
Except for the flies and the smell.
Oh, and don't worry. In the winter, Mrs. Joe will give you extra blankets so you don't freeze to death like that last housekeeper.
Freeze to death.
Mrs. Walker is here. Oh, I'll go. You stay and relax. Oh, all right. If you insist.
Mrs. Walker! Mrs. Walker, excuse me.
Where are you going?
I'm sorry. I'm really not the right person for the job.
But wait.
And it's such a long way. I didn't realize that Plumfield was so far out of town.
But What happened?
Asia, what's going on?
Nick.
Kids told me to be here at 7 o'clock.
That's what we were told as well.
Does anyone know what's going on?
What's this all about?
Well, we wanted to have a night to remember you by.
So we all got together and we wrote a poem to show you what you mean to us.
You didn't have to do that.
All you have to do is come sit down and listen.
I love the way you clean and scrub from the kitchen to the tub. And when it comes to sweeping floors, you're the best forevermore. I love the way you wash the clothes and hang them out to dry. Iron, fold, starch, and press. Piles of laundry to the sky.
I love the way you clean our rooms with feathered dusters, brushes, and brooms. You're the best at fighting dirt. You're always ready and completely alert.
I love the way you cook. It's really so amazing. Every day and every night there's lots of food for grazing.
And that's what we love most about you, and Plumfield's gonna be a mess without you. Asia! Asia, where are you going?
We didn't mean any harm, Mrs. Joe. We were just trying to be nice to Asia.
But you only talked about all the work that she does. You didn't talk about her at all.
But we didn't want her to leave.
I know. But what she needs right now is our encouragement and our support. I know this isn't easy for you. It's difficult for everyone, especially her. She's going to have to say goodbye to all of us. Right now, we need to be strong and put aside what we want and be truly happy for her.
We're sorry, Mrs. Joe. Yeah. Guess we didn't think.
Can we get ready for bed now?
Yes, you can. But I'd like you to think about what I've said while you're falling asleep tonight.
Fine.
How many eggs do we need? Does anyone know how much oats I'm supposed to pour in here?
Yeah, I know. Let me help you.
Better let me take over unless you want to have breakfast for lunch.
Looks like you've got a little help this morning, Asia.
More help than I know what to do with.
Where's Nan?
I haven't seen her.
Sorry.
Nan! Where
have you been? Everyone else is in the kitchen helping Asia.
Out picking berries.
Looks like you have enough for a whole pie this time.
I guess you get a lot more work done when there's nobody to talk to.
Why didn't you wait for me?
You were busy.
Meg! What is it? It's from my friend in Boston. Apparently word has gotten out that Plumfield is not a very pleasant place to work.
No.
Seems the children have done a very good job at scaring everyone away. My friend is sending one more applicant, but she doesn't sound very promising.
What am I gonna do, Meg? If I can't find someone to replace Asia, I won't be able to let her leave at the end of the month.
Well, this may sound a little spontaneous, but I've actually been thinking about it for the past few days now.
Please, any suggestions?
Well, when I see the amount of time and effort you and Asia put into Plumfield, and how much it means to the children, I've realized how important Plumfield really is. Demi and Daisy love it there.
Yes, they do.
So I thought, well, maybe you and I could run Plumfield together, and the twins and I could move in. Permanently. Think about it, Joe. Your great ideas and my organizational skills. We could split the cooking and cleaning down the middle. And I could take over doing the books for you. Let you have a little more time to spend with the children.
I don't know, Meg. This would be such a huge commitment for you.
It's the perfect solution.
Maybe we should wait. I mean, who knows? Maybe this last one is better than we think.
Of course. We should at least go through the motions.
Hey. Oh, I know that look.
I'm just having such a difficult time trying to find someone to replace Asia.
I thought that problem was already solved. At least I heard Meg talking to Franz like it was.
Talking to Franz?
Yeah, about her moving in permanent, working side by side with you. Said she already mentioned it to you.
She did.
But that don't solve the problem.
That is the problem. Meg has come to visit many times. This is the first time that she stayed for a couple of days. And it's reminded me of exactly what drove me crazy about her when we were growing up. The way she was always looking out for me. Taking care of me, whether I needed taking care of or not. I love Meg dearly, I do. But there is no way that we could run Plumfield together. It would be a disaster.
Well, you better tell her how you feel, Joe. Before she gets too carried away with this idea of hers.
How can I tell her? She wouldn't speak to me again.
Seems to me, it's the things people don't say to each other that really drives the wedge between them. See, you finally wrote that letter to your aunt.
Before she invited me to Philadelphia, I wouldn't have given one moment's thought of leaving Plumfield. Where would I find something as good as this?
Got a point there.
Joe and the children are like family. And I thought that's the way they felt about me.
You kidding? Joe loves you like a sister. And you're like a mother to those kids.
I cook for them, I clean for them, like any mother would, but do I get to eat my meals with them? Do I sit at the table with them?
Do you have any experience working with children?
Not much. But there are always children running around in the hotel.
Where you were employed as a chambermaid, right?
Right. I clean 35 rooms a day.
Well, that's a lot of cleaning.
And cooking. I've done my share of that. Nothing fancy. but my cooking never killed anyone.
Oh, well, that's a bonus.
What is?
So you think you can handle caring for 15 children every day?
Oh, absolutely. Discipline, that's what children need, and lots of it.
Well, that's my domain. I'll just simply rely on you for the cooking and cleaning.
Oh, good. Then the job is mine.
When can you start? Can I talk to you for a moment? Excuse me. What? What? What are you doing? Who knows, Meg? She could be fine. This woman is not right for Plumfield, Joe, and you know it. Well, I'll give her 2 weeks and see how she does. See how she does? Meg, I don't have a choice. Well, what about me? Oh, yes, I know. Oh, I understand. You're doing this to get rid of me. Oh, that's not true. If you've got a problem with me, Joe, you should just come right out and say it. Meg, I don't have a problem with you. But you don't want me to stay, is that it? Anyone is better than me? No. What is it about me that bothers you, Joe? My enthusiasm? Meg.
My commitment? Tell me, Joe, I want to know.
All right. You really want to know? You're driving me crazy. You take control of everything. You won't stop.
Well, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to help.
Well, I don't need your help. I've been doing fine all by myself.
Well, I won't drive you crazy anymore.
Shall I introduce you to the children?
Well, if that's what you want.
This is Dan and Nat. This is Ned and Meyer. This is Ursula. She's going to be our new housekeeper.
Mrs. Ellery, if you don't mind. Well, you're a fine-looking bunch. Bit grubby, perhaps.
Excuse me. Asia. I'd like for you to meet Mrs. Ellery. This is Asia.
How'd you do?
Pleased to meet you.
Asia's been chasing the children since the very beginning.
Well, I won't be doing any chasing, I can tell you that. A healthy dose of discipline, that'll keep them in line.
Oh, my.
So I start on Monday?
Nan. How could you do such a thing?
It's only molasses.
Well, I don't find it funny, not even remotely amusing.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be funny. That woman was horrible.
She could have been hurt. It was a terrible thing for you to do.
Not as terrible as what you're doing to Asia.
What?
You want her to leave, and you are doing everything you can to push her out the door.
I'm doing everything I can to support Asia in her decision.
No, you're not. You want her to leave.
Stop it. How am I supposed to know what to do? Joe, you can't hire anyone fast enough to take my place. And Nan, all you want to do is tie me to the furniture. You two have already made my decision for me. And you're not helping not one bit.
Pushing her out the door? How could she say such a thing?
That wasn't what you meant. You sure been sending out the wrong signals.
Well, nothing could be further from the truth.
Not the way she sees it. She ain't even made up her mind to go and you already hired someone else.
All I was trying to do was make sure that Asia knew that she had a choice. That she doesn't have to stay at Plumfield for the rest of her life.
Ever occur to you that maybe she wants to stay? Maybe she wants to make Plumfield her home?
It is. I've always treated Asia as part of the family.
She ain't feeling it now.
Come in.
Asia. You know, when you first came to work here, you fit in so well. I really wanted you to feel like part of the family. I didn't want to tell you this because I don't want my personal feelings to stop you from taking advantage of this opportunity. You're more than a cook and a housekeeper. You're more than just an employee. You're my friend. Sometimes you're my strength. Sometimes you're my sense of humor. And I don't want you to leave. Nor do I want to make this decision for you. I want you to choose what's right for you.
When the letter first arrived, I wanted to write Aunt Lydia right away and say, thank you very much, but no thank you. I'm happy where I am. But now, after everything that's happened the past few days, Joe, I don't know what to do.
Asia, I know how you must feel.
I'm not talking about you pushing me out. It's about you opening my eyes to what a great opportunity this might be. And maybe it is the best thing for me to do.
Maybe it is. You're very fond of your aunt. And family is the most important thing a person can have. I know that I don't always show it. But you are as much a part of this family as anyone else. Now I'm going to leave you to make your decision.
Thank you, Joe.
How's Asia?
I don't know. She's still in her room, trying to make up her mind.
I mean, she might not leave after all.
She's got a lot to think about.
Was there anything we can do?
I think we've done enough already, don't you?
Oh, it ain't that bad. Asia wasn't exactly crying when that molasses came pouring down.
She also thought the frogs were pretty funny.
Leaving now?
No, I was just coming down to start the vegetables.
Oh. Well, I just wanted to say that I'm really sorry.
You don't have to. You probably did what was in your heart.
Well, I thought if I could scare them away, then you'd have to stay.
You know what? I probably would have done the same thing.
It was wrong. I was just being selfish. And one day I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna leave Plumfield too. And I want you to know that whatever you decide to do, it's fine by me.
You know, the hardest thing for me would be leaving you.
As long as we can still be friends.
Always. Always. Now, why don't you go out in the hen house and see if there's any eggs? And I'll go in the kitchen and get started.
I like the way she always acts cranky, even when she's happy.
And pretend not to know it.
Well, who wouldn't complain every once in a while? I mean, think about all the little things that Asia does for us. Things we never even ask her to do. Oftentimes they go unnoticed.
The way she folds my shirt, just the way my mother used to.
Or the way she cooks me something special if I don't like what we're eating.
Which is most of the time.
I like the way she's always got a hot pot of coffee on. She always speaks her mind.
Even when we don't want her to.
And she always does it for the right reasons.
She's always got good advice, too.
She's
He's always there when I need somebody to talk to.
Here you all are. I've been looking all over for you. As you know, I've been thinking about this restaurant business. Thinking a lot about it. My Aunt Lydian is a strong and independent woman. She wants to retire, move on, and do something else with her life, which leaves the restaurant to me. Which is a great opportunity. But what I really want is a family. Here. You are my family.
All right,
Meg. I'm sorry. I should have told you how I felt earlier about your idea. And you're right. Mrs. Ellery was terrible.
I'm sorry I missed the molasses.
It was quite a sight.
I understand how you feel.
Meg, I said some horrible things. I didn't mean them.
I didn't mean to hurt you. I was only trying to help.
You were just being my big sister.
Sometimes I just can't help myself. I guess we really haven't changed much.
Well, you said it was going to be just like when we were little.
And it was. I guess it wasn't until we all left home and got families of our own that we really became friends.
Best friends.
So let's stay best friends. I'll move out as soon as possible.
I'll help you back.
Hey, Tommy. You go home with today.
Oh, very funny.
Are we expecting someone else?
We are indeed. From now on, Asia, you and Nick are welcome here at the table. After all, you are part of the family. We thank you for this place in which we dwell, for the food upon this table, our friends and family gathered here, all of the things that make our lives delightful. Amen.
Hey, you could use elderberries for tea if you've got a headache.
Well, I sure could have used some of that the past few days.
Hey, wintergreen. This stuff's even better for headaches. You just boil them and get the oil out, and then you rub them on the back of your neck or on your head. It'll help your headache out a lot.
Well, are you going to help me cook tonight?
Oh, do I have to?